Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Some medical facilities pride themselves on offering multiple services. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, imaging is what we do. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. Whether you need an x-ray, mammogram, CAT scan, or ultrasound, we have a team of board-certified radiologists on staff, on site, each with their own area of expertise. Results are submitted to your doctor within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah! Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up?
Talking Heads with Nancy and MJ is brought to you by Mahamar, Burger King, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, Island Luck, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they see, that's how that Chateau made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up, when times is hard you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on all night. Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. One in the air for the people ain't here. Two in the air for the father that's there. Three in the air for the
We're back at you on the Monday, March 2nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. along with MJ, my better half, in the building, in the heezy for sheezy on a Monday. Roscoe Thompson is traveling today, so he won't be with us, but guess what? I'm sure you don't mind MJ being here in the building.
Yes, I came in. Roscoe is traveling, but hopefully he'll be back with us next week and we can hear more about what's happening.
But I appreciate Roscoe.
In Abaco.
Roscoe, like, look, I on the Bahamas, they are from Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they say I'm supposed to be in at this time, but I think we'll be touching down around showtime. So just to be safe and just to be clear.
Yeah.
But we got lots to talk about today, folks. Me and MJ over the weekend. We had some moments. I had some WTF moments. MJ had some ooh, I can't believe this moments. We had some embarrassing moments like, my God, we can't do this as a nation. Simple click of the finger. Oh, email issues. I mean, we got lots to talk about, man. And if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So if you want to be part of the conversation and chime in, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. All right. I tell you, got plenty to talk about, and part of that big conversation are the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. Brought to you by Fine Threads. Government bracing for fallout from war. Oil prices fears from U.S.-Israeli strike on Iran. Travel advisory issued. And then, of course, on a separate note, in a separate headline, pressed on Grand Lucayan, PM says developments don't happen overnight. Well, with this administration, in relation to Grand Bahama, any development don't happen at all, especially ones that benefit Bahamians. I mean, nothing's happened on this. And then the audacity to say that when workers are going home expecting proper severance and getting a pittance for years on the job.
Yeah, the narrative around this, the Grand Lucayan, is not going to change anytime soon, but yeah.
And then,
I wish the Prime Minister would say more, though. He kind of deflected to the developers. I don't even know if they passed us the check yet.
It's like ping pong.
Do they actually own it? Like, I don't even know.
You ever notice when he got to pass the buck, the developers are the ones that need to answer. When they need to pass the buck, the government is the one who needs to answer.
Yeah.
And then when both of them need to pass the buck, they don't answer at all.
We were told that we were going to get something within 2 weeks. So, I mean, I wouldn't say hold your breath, but there is a clock. There's a clock running.
And we got to talk about this headline. Unable to wash inmates' clothes, prison seeks to outsource.
Ooh, that sounds expensive. Outsource?
We can talk about that on the flip side. I got an idea for him.
Sounds expensive.
Crisis Center sees increase in reports of child sex abuse cases.
This is disturbing.
Absolutely disgusting, deplorable.
This is disturbing. I did see that story. I think
and
they
there's
said
so many layers to that onion, MJ. That there are so many factors that factor in to these cases.
Yeah, but the rise in cases is most disturbing. And
Correct.
Let's be honest, we've been seeing stories over the last couple of years in particular where you have a lot of family members involved in abusing other family members. Some cases are clearly incestuous. You have situations with grown men and young girls. Like it's always been bad. We're not going to pretend like this just started happening, but the last couple of years have been particularly stark.
The veils are off for sure. All right, caller, you could hit us back if you wanted to. I see y'all calling. Just chime back. We'll get to you. All right, so let's check the text lines real quick.
Oh, text lines. This texter says, "Good day, Naughty and MJ. The government has done something I really don't like. They said they won't be campaigning during Lent, which I accept, but they have the audacity to hold Junior John Canoe in Freeport. That's unacceptable, and I know plenty of people don't see nothing wrong with that. Sorry, I gotta open this up. I assure you that time will tell. They've disrespected a holy time. So very, very sad. There are consequences to happen. Watch out. If I'm wrong, say so. If I'm right, say so. There's no regards for the holy season." So, yeah. So, texter, I mean, I get it. And was it rained out? Did it happen in Freeport over the weekend? I was just so surprised that it was happening so late, February 20.
Didn't you and I talk about it? We said, we commented having coffee saying, isn't that late for Junior John Canoe?
I feel like it's late.
But I can't remember if it was
February.
rained out or not.
I know that there's some rain. I don't know if it actually happened, but yeah, it's kind of late, in the year to be doing the Junior John Canoe stuff.
Callers, we see you. We'll get to you in a second. But like I say,
if you're wrong, I mean, campaigning has been happening. Let's be honest. Let us be honest. There has been campaigning happening. I haven't seen any big rallies, but I've seen people still going door to door. I've seen all kind of grill and chill and this and that. And I didn't hear them say, campaigning to me includes like canvassing, right?
And
so
listen,
if you say you're not campaigning, you're canvassing, you're still holding your little cookouts or whatever it is.
I want to send a special shout out to my good friend, and I'm going to preface this in this disclaimer for years without fears. I'm talking about Charlie Major Jr., the Bahamas World Midget Wrestling Champion, politico aficionado, Mr. Camp Road, Mr. Charlie's, Mr. Boiled Fish and Stew Fish, my good brethren. Charlie, just because you go on the video and say you have a bunch of friends of Madam Speaker cleaning up, that's still campaigning. Because you're saying too straight with Patricia DeVoe. The work is getting done by Patricia DeVoe. Charlie, you and I both know we are very proficient in BS from back in the day. I know your BS well, Charlie. That's a good try. but you're still campaigning for Madam Speaker. And since you're close to Madam Speaker, please tell her, when she hit the campaign trail, do not sound like Biggie Smalls when she talk.
There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of campaigning. I see a lot of little events. Some of them are micro events, but
I've seen the sip and
I don't
paint
think we
now.
can say there's no.
Have
what?
you seen the sip and paint?
I didn't see that, but we can't say we can't pretend like the spirit of what was suggested that it's going to be, really quiet and very reverent. That hasn't happened.
I'm amazed that in 4.5 years, I haven't seen Charlie and any one of those interested men who support Patricia DeVoe in Bamboo Town put out one video saying they're cleaning up a park on her behalf. But in Lent, all of a sudden, it's videos out.
When it's supposed to be quieter. Here's another texter. Naughty, I understand they're going to send out the prisoners' clothes to wash to outside vendors. I will guarantee there will be scrupulous dealings. Maybe they meant unscrupulous. Drug would be getting smuggled in jail and even guns. They better be careful.
Now, here's something that I just want to put out there. I think if there's one person, and I can speak to this because I come from a dry cleaning background. My grandpa was Cam Thompson. I needed laundry. First full-service laundry in the country. I would suggest, MJ, I don't know what you think of this idea, but I would suggest that the DOCS, Department of Correctional Services, and the Minister of National Security hop on the phone, call Denicio de Aguilar. If you can't get the number, just go into any super wash. The number is printed right there. And tell him you got a situation.
Yeah.
He washes you, presses you, cleans you, dries you, entertains you 24/7.
And everyone knows it.
He's got multiple locations. You cut a deal, and one specific superwash location is dedicated to cleaning the prisoners' clothes.
Maybe during certain hours.
During certain hours, and you put guards there to make sure that when the clothing is returned, there is no contraband put in from point A to point B to point C to point D.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a superwash right there close to the prison. So you coordinate with them, and while the clothes washing, the guards could go across the Checkers, get some food, and then pick up and bring it down the clothes and bring it right back.
Oh boy, here's another text. Hey MJ, if the prisoners go to court smelling stink, how does the prison bus driver make it when he's transporting them to court and back to prison? Do they sanitize the bus and themselves? This is like, this is kind of sad because you have this situation where the judges, the magistrates are saying, you know what, this is unacceptable. You guys need to do something about this more or less. And I know that Bahamians feel a particular way about prisoners, but there's still such a thing as dignity. We're still a functioning country. We still have to, we still have to do the basic things that shows that we're a civilized society and that we, respect persons, even though some people may feel a particular way about some of them for particular reasons. They still need to be fed. They still need to be clothed. They still should be clean. And having people.
All the humanitarian protocols still need to be
exercised. Like the text is saying, everybody that interacts with them should also feel like the environment is clean and safe. So,
correct.
Yeah, I don't understand how this became such a big thing that the judges and the magistrates have to say something about it. Whose job is it to make sure that this doesn't happen? And then, problems like these, I feel, could be quickly resolved.
Maybe if we had running water in the prison, in the cells, like in other parts of the world where they do have running water in the cells, maybe that should be a criteria. Maybe we do need a new prison. Maybe we need an affordable new prison.
We know we need a new one.
That doesn't jump from a 40 million estimate to a 90 million estimate to the now where we have in 2026 the Minister of National Security, for lack of a better word, begging Ambassador Walker to build a new hospital. I don't know if that was, a new prison. I don't know if that was to deflect off the hospital talks or, obviously we do need one. Here's my suggestion. We have an archipelago. Identify an island that can actually do subsistence farming, build a brand new prison there, house the inmates that need to be housed there on the different tiers of offense, and have running water, have proper flushing toilets in the cells, give them prison jobs that will help them get recommitted to society and not repeat the recidivism. We have to do things. And if we need a new prison, it needs to be where they can farm for themselves, take hands on it and providing food for themselves. It could be self-sustaining. But if that's what we're going to do, then we need a new complete prison, and we need to do it properly, and we need to do with all of the humane requirements that go within a prison.
And I agree with quite a few of those points, but I just feel that while we are living the situation we're living in, which is very similar to the hospital, it can't be just abandon certain things that you ought to do. You ought to have those. I think they said they needed 10 machines, industrial machines, at a price tag of $180,000. Why is that a big deal? That should be done. How does it get to the judges saying, my gosh, this is unacceptable. You guys need to figure out your hygiene situation down there at the prison. Like, that's crazy.
I'll be honest with you. In most prisons around the world, and especially the ones in the United States and Canada, the laundry is a big part of rehabilitating the prisoners because it provides a job for them to do on a daily basis and work within the guidelines of society and get released with positive credits toward their release. It is a very big part of any major penitentiary. And for the same token, we need to get into 2026 and beyond with running water in the cells. Obviously, that'll improve hygiene. There's a myriad
there are
of
no
health
running
issues.
waters in the cells? I'm not sure.
In 2026, inmates
okay.
are still using slop buckets, which is deplorable.
This texter says, good day. No outsourcing. Get 50 commercial washers and 50 dryers. Let them wash their own clothes. I mean, ideally, that should be.
Could work too.
They're putting a price tag of $180,000 for 10. So 50.
Well, we had to borrow $1.6 million to get a to get a survey done. Feasibility study done. So listen, them stinky drawers and them wash machines.
So we're looking at $1 million for those 50 machines, and then maybe another $1 million for the dryers.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking heads.
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good. Listen, Naughty, y'all consider this. Prison is like a hotel. Naughty, you and I, we from the hotel, so we obviously know they have.
No. I am from the hotel, as in Merv Griffin, as in Atlantis, not no prison hotel. Now you make it like a brother. I want to clarify that,
boy. We know.
No,
we know what you mean.
I mean a hotel, but listen, the prison have rooms. They have laundry. They have food and beverage.
Correct.
Right. They have maintenance.
They have a shop where they do repairs and build things. They have wood. They have carpentry as well.
Right. So only thing they don't really have is reservation, and they don't have the lobby bar.
And also they have a mobile cleanup crew now that goes around and cleans up for politicians that are campaigning, wink, wink, but not really campaigning.
Okay, so what I said, Naughty, is, right, it takes someone like a general manager, obviously, to manage the prison. When we look at the amount of persons that is in the prison, okay? Now, reservations board, obviously, it's not like the hotel in California where you check and you don't check out. People are there. They forget they're there, right?
Yeah.
And after a certain amount of time, you have a lawyer who's actually suing the prison because of overspend. Okay? Overspend. So no one has never calculated how much money we've actually paid for them not managing, then put them to check out. So maybe the next prison commander, they should probably send them to a hotel to work with a hotel general manager to find out how to run a hotel, a prison hotel, basically.
Or maybe they should go consult with some of the wardens in penitentiaries in the States and in Canada to get best practices involved in our penitentiary.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. So they need to think about that.
Yeah, good points, man.
So much,
I agree. Talking heads.
A pleasant good evening, Naughty. How you doing, good buddy?
What's happening, Sparky?
Boy, Naughty, you said it right on the head. There's a prison right there by Blanco Bleach. Right?
You mean there's a super wash by Blanco Bleach?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Super wash right there by Blanco Bleach. They even ain't right down the road from the prison. That should be the place, like you said, to do what they have to do if they need to outsource to some private thing. Because, Naughty, there's another thing about this. Naughty, when most of us was growing up, I used to be scared to even drive on Forks Hill Road because I figured when I reached the prison, the gate might open up and swallow me in my car. So I used to be scared to even drive around by the prison. So if you don't want to go to prison, hey, stop from going to court. Hello?
I hear you.
If you live out here right, most of them is our own Bahamian brothers going up there and sisters. If you take, right, the first thing your parents did when you grew up, they gave you a good education or sent you to school and a good religious upbringing. You gone against the grain. Then when you go to the hotel called the prison, you won't complain, but this and that and the next. Well, Naughty, hey, since the Hurricane Darian and the pandemic and them vaccine, to me it seems like everything gone crazy in this town. Naughty, before I go, I can tell you this. just like our communication system. I got a postpaid phone with Batelco. Don't owe them no money. Leave a credit on my account, Naughty. And the day after that, I can't make no calls. I ain't get do what's up when I home in my house. I can't call Batelco. 302-7000. That's the phone number. That is not in service. Calling Batelco, nobody could answer the phone at this time. No customer
Boy,
service.
Sparky, welcome to our world, man. Welcome to Plenty.
I think we'll get another customer service number for him because I think we have a different one. Thank you so much, Sparky.
Sparky will get you that customer service number. But yeah, that is the case with a lot of businesses, though. You get put on hold, or give me a second. You know,
yeah, but I do think that BTC one is automated because
that is
had
automated.
to call it before. So,
and if you have another number for Sparky, that's fine. I'm talking about individuals who actually answer on behalf of
some businesses.
And listen, here's a little pet peeve I have. If you don't have the item in stock and somebody calls and you normally carry said item, but you don't have it in stock, please say, we're out of stock. Let me tell you how annoying it is when you call and say, do you have 3/5 PVC valve to fix a elbow joint or whatever for the plumbing? Oh, yes, we do. But I'm sorry, we're all out of them. Well, then, no, you don't have them. You don't have them in stock. You don't physically have them to take care of my situation.
Well,
and therefore, your customer service sucks now because
I have it, and then you go there, and then they say, "Oh, but no, we're out of stock." That's a little bit different. All right, I see you, texters. I see you, callers. We have to take a quick break here, and then we're going to get into some more of the headlines that people are talking about. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with Naughty MJ. We'll be right back.
Through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats.
Define style with elegant taste. Then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
The fried chicken experts are back with a brand new way to enjoy your favorite sandwich. Introducing the Wrap Star. Crunch into the Wrap Star, full of flavor and wrapped in a warm grilled tortilla for that perfect crunchy bite. A classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Tech giving you trouble? For 85 years, the Armory Company has been fixing it. Your parents trusted us. Your grandparents trusted us. And today, you trust us too. Since 1941, we've been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From laptops and ink to access control and gate motors, we deliver reliable products backed by service that goes beyond the sale. Call 397-1600 or visit our updated showroom behind Wendy's on Mackey Street. The Armory Company, celebrating 85 years of serving you.
Join the Ultra family! Online signups are here, and it's ultra fast. Start winning from your phone. Sign up online in minutes and jump straight into the action at ultragames.com. And right now, when you sign up in February, you're entered for a chance to win a car. That's right, a car. No long lines, no stress. Just click, sign up, and start playing. Ultra Games. Start winning ultra fast. Must be 18 or older. Ultra Games reminds you, it's only a game, so game responsibly.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah! Alright, the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when it comes up. The show goes on. Alright.
We're back at you on the Monday, March 2nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ in your company right up until 6 p.m. Before we get to the text lines, let's go straight to the phone lines. We're into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. We want to know what you buzzing on. Talking Heads.
God bless him, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
Good evening, MJ.
Hey, 52.
Whether Christ has arisen is a matter of decision. Young men will continue to go to prison. Now, here's my, hey, Naughty, I always enjoy your sense of humor, you know.
Thank you, my brother.
Especially in your critique. You know, I laugh.
And I enjoy your poetry as well, too.
Yeah, and so Mr. Swan made a very serious juxtaposition. I think he had asked me the question whether or not I think the prison should be privatized. So, I mean, that model leaves dubious room, you know, given the fact that the way we run this country, it should never be privatized because I think Sparky and somebody else called and highlighted the fact, how, you was mentioning earlier, I think, just use the resources, the human labor of the prisoners, engage them, let them come out, move about, use up that energy, the ones who qualify to do so. You understand. I don't need to say everything, et cetera, but, you know, back in the days, we would see the cabbage fields and we would see the field, the agricultural activity, and then also we know that some of them work in the kitchen, et cetera, the sewing shops, et cetera, et cetera. So let's up this game and use the prison resources. Make the guys come out, use this energy, monetize. You don't have to be a chain gang like back in the days in the States, et cetera, but try to mitigate the expense. And so that in itself shows you that even the discussion of privatization is imbecilic and somewhat would be self-rewarding to those who are in the position to monetize it. Why would you want to monetize it? And so Dwight had made the juxtaposition, which I consider to be very plausible, and it's a joke, that then maybe we would see sentences not to run consecutively, and people would be made to spend it all the time because it'll be monetary gain for somebody when you privatize it. Whether it be public, private, whatever, but what good is it? What does it say? What's to privatize it? Also, an investigation into how much it costs to feed a prisoner.
Yeah,
something is amiss. Along with a lot of stuff is going on. I've been in that hellhole, and some people liking it, the hotel and all that. Man, they need to go there. That's what they hate, you know. I don't want to describe what's going on in there. Just give thanks. Yeah, man.
Good stuff,
Thanks,
52.
52.
But what was it, MJ? Astronomical.
Yeah,
Figure
no,
of feeding and housing and clothing a prisoner for a year. What, 70,000?
Tens of thousands. It's a lot. And I agree that I agree that at this point where we are right now as a country, considering our population and other factors, I do not support the idea of privatizing the prison. And we've seen the model in other countries.
And we see how
we've
things
seen
go
the
when we
pitfalls
privatize.
with that model.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, no.
Joe Arpaio comes to mind with his foolishness. Let's get back to this phone call. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's happening, Andre?
What's going on?
Hi.
Listen, I just want to touch base on the sin and the hatred this administration, in my view, for the people in Grand Bahama. When the PLP came into administration, when the PLP came in, the F&M left a deal in place for the hotel and the airport. Chester Cooper said it was a bad deal, so we canceled it. We never know what might become out of that. What do we have now with the Alogaya? Total chaos.
Yeah.
And this is the same PLP administration that chairman is on about stop, review, and cancel when it comes to the F&M. But this is a glaring example of their stop, review, and cancel that has come back to hurt the people of Freeport even worse than they were hurting before.
When the F&M lost, they left $90 million in the bank to build a new 4-story hospital on the hospital property. Again, the Minister of Health gave the money back. The money was in the bank. All they had to do is use it. He gave the money back.
Right.
So now here it is now, brave and eat big bad self. We can sue the Port Authority for $357 million.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a moment.
They lost the case.
Well, we don't even know. Do we know what happened exactly? Because we're not getting straight answers.
We know they lost the case.
All indicators point to this not being a successful venture for the government.
PM said it was settled in part, but not
right.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about that. Thank you so much, caller. We'll get to that in a minute. He mentioned the Grand Lucaya, and remember we were talking about this on Friday. The workers finally received their severance pay. Okay. Now we're hearing some stories about the amounts. You know, you have You have reports of people being there for decades and receiving what many would call a pittance, and I find that to be quite disturbing. So I wait to hear more from the union on that. We had Obi Ferguson talking
As a
about
matter
it.
of fact, I have
King's
a clip
Counsel
here. Let me get that to Mr. Producer right now.
talking about one woman who worked for 29 years. I think he quoted $1,200. I mean, to make $1,200. We know that it's capped after 12 years, right? But to walk away with $1,200 after 29 years,
that's absolutely
you'd have
obscene.
to be making way less than minimum. You'd have to make like around $50 a week, which I know probably could not be the case, right? So what is happening there? And I hope that our government is following the law when it comes to these payouts, because some of them do seem rather low. I will say that.
Well, here's the clip right here.
Congress President Obi Ferguson claims that some long-serving employees of the Grand Lucaia Resort walked away with as little as $1,200 following last week's redundancy exercise. He also shot down claims that he met with labor officials and agreed to those terms, saying he will be suing for defamation of character.
They asked me for my figure, I gave it to them. One lady, she's crying on the phone. She got $1,200. The other been there for 29 years. You know what it is? 3 weeks VHF service. Up to 29 years. If you multiply that and see how much they're trying to take from those workers.
Yeah, that's
what I call
a bit disturbing.
obscene.
So we'll wait to hear. I mean, the government is usually so quick with press releases. Like I say, sometimes for very trivial things. This is an important thing, and I hope that they can just let us know exactly the way they calculated these severance pays.
And the breakdowns.
You could just do it in tiers.
And then to say
and help us
generally that
understand.
workers are happy and relieved, that wasn't the general consensus.
I mean,
it wasn't.
And it's kind of sad, too, because you could see on the day of getting something, if you've waited months and months and you got bills and you got people calling you, you got children to feed, and you got to make sure the light stays on, you'll be happy in the moment to get something. But the sigh of relief is so brief. Right? Because a lot of them don't have jobs anymore.
Here's the deal. If you've been employed for 29 years, you know the lay of the land. You know the workings. You know how you're paid. You know what your rights, your benefits are. So you've already tabulated at home, okay, if this goes this route, this is what I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
And to get $1,200 after 29 years, even if they cut you off at 12 years, that's still a pittance. These people need to be compensated. And again, where's the scale? How do we understand who gets what and what gets who? And it can't just be here, take this, the equivalent of 4 weeks worth of salary.
And it has to be accounted for, right?
And have people expect people to be happy. The amount of time you've been waiting to get compensated after you've been laid off when you said you weren't going to be laid off, and this deal that was being promised and promised and promised, here we are. That is obscene to me what you did to those people in Grand Bahama.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel
heartless.
good. It doesn't smell good. And then the prime minister kind of saying now at this point that, developments take time. We get that. We're not simple people. We get that. The whole
developments don't happen overnight.
That it's going to spring up. But it has been plenty nights, right? And we don't even know if we've taken the first step. We don't even know if the money's in the bank for this hotel. That is an asset of the Bahamian people.
Well,
okay?
I want to remind the
This
Prime
isn't their
Minister.
personal property they're selling.
Nothing has developed in Grand Bahama over many, many nights. Maybe 4.5 years worth of nights. Nothing's developed in Grand Bahama.
It's a lot. Speaking of Grand Bahama, let's go to the phone lines, and then we'll go to the Port Authority deal that we're hearing about now.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, boy. Talking Heads.
Hey, MJ.
Hey, good afternoon.
Assisted by your co-host, Naughty.
Oh, no. Don't
Okay,
the producer laughing. You got him rubbing his head now. What you trying to do today? What's up?
I'm listening to the cries of the persons in Grand Bahama there. With the Port Lucaia, it's payout.
Right.
It reminded me of the monies that the government was promising the government workers for months, and then it switched another month, and then it switched another month. When it finally came, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Literally pennies compared to what their superiors got and got on time.
Yeah. Yep.
This seems to be a thing with the government. They don't value the workers.
Oh, boy.
That's how I see it. I'm sorry, but I see it as them not showing any value to the regular workers.
Yeah.
But the managers, the boss, the PSs, they are fully taken care of when their salaries were already high to begin with.
Yeah, and they're doing this stuff in our name, like, so they need to just answer us and tell us exactly what happened and how they, calculated some of these payouts. Thank you so much, caller. Don't be a stranger. Grand Bahama. Oh, my Grand Bahama.
And caller, enjoy the ride home, because I know you and your hubby always listen to the talking heads on the way home. And shout out to your hubby, man, who drives the car, because he's the head honcho in that household.
It's so crazy. Grand Bahama. Let's talk Grand Bahama and the big $357 million question. So a lot of talk earlier today about a decision coming down from the tribunal with respect to the government's actions against the Grand Bahama Port Authority. If you guys recall, the government made some public assertions that $357 million was owed by the Grand Bahama Port Authority to the government, to the Bahamian people for, expenses incurred from 2018 to 2022.
But remember when that first broke, we sat here on Talking Heads and I said, "But MJ, that could be a tough one right there."
Wow.
I don't believe they could be able to, that's a drastic claim, because remember we were trying to figure out where the figure came from?
Right.
And how did they get to that point?
But recall, though, that the government did say at that time that their figures were based on numbers provided by PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's not like they just came up with this number, out of thin air. There's some sort of an audit that took place and some sort of an opinion that was formed.
Well, regardless, 6-3, the judges ruled against it?
We don't know what the judges of the tribunal said, but we did get comments from the Prime Minister. Mr. Producer, if you have that ready, the Prime Minister's response, the PM's response today.
As you know, the arbitration was confidential. I can tell you that the decision has been made. A partial decision has been made, but I can't say any more than that. Well, the decision was a partial. They've done a decision, made a decision, and requiring the parties to do other things. But as I said, I cannot say any more now. As you know, the arbitration.
So he says that
was confidential.
He cannot say anything more now. That is very interesting. That is interesting. First of all, the demeanor of the Prime Minister does not look like someone who popping champagne, right? Like, he don't look like someone who just heard you getting that 357 million or 300 million or 200 million or 100 or even $1 million. Like, where are we on this? And the thing that kind of disturbs me, I'm going to move away just for a second on whether or not, the tribunal ruled for or against this administration. I want to focus on disclosure in this particular instance, because this dispute did not start as private arbitration.
No.
This started very public.
Yep.
The government publicly alleged that the GBPA had some breaches under the Hawkesville Agreement. They publicly cited that review I was talking about from PricewaterhouseCoopers. They asserted that approximately $357 million was owed. None of that was confidential. All of that was very loud, very out there, very declarative. And now we're told that a decision, or according to the Prime Minister, a partial decision has reportedly been reached, and all of a sudden it's a quiet, shh, don't say anything. All of a sudden it's confidential.
Hush, hush.
Well, here's the big question in my mind.
You think after the Grand Lucayan deal, the PM gonna say anything about any other deal?
But if they got that $357 million, they'd be saying plenty. Come on now. We can read between the lines.
Riding on unicycles.
The problem that I have with this is that the claim, like I said, was made in the name of the Bahamian people. The dispute was framed as protecting public funds. That's how they framed it. This big number was put out there, $357 million. Wasn't inquired about what they could have possibly owed. And so I'm trying to figure out what principle the government is using to justify the outcome being private now, right? Nobody's saying, show us all of the documents line by line, granular details. Show us the evidence. No one is saying, give us any proprietary information. We're not saying that. But I am saying, I feel that the public is allowed to ask and should know, entitled to know in clear terms, right, even if it's general terms, generally speaking, whether or not the tribunal upheld the government's position or not. That's a simple yes or no.
Correct.
Did they or did they not? Okay? Because as we've been saying for years on this show, transparency, we feel, shouldn't be selective. All right.
And like we said on this show prior to, much to the chagrin of many PLP pundits and supporters and trolls, it didn't make sense where it came from. That this was going to have to play out, and this didn't look favorable.
And it played out, but we don't even know how it turned out.
And the amount of party rhetoric pertaining to, we're going to get it and we're going to own the Port Authority.
You can't publicize the accusation and then try to privatize the verdict.
Correct.
We need to know exactly.
With the same way they said we was taking it off the imperialistic Port Authority and the evil Port Authority. Well, now you lost with the same fervor. Let us know why you lost.
The people were invoked at the beginning, so the people should get answers at the end. It's really simple. So we await to hear what the government has to say without trying to
it's
come with that whole partial. Well, tell us the first part then.
You're
then
lost.
When they come with the other part, you could tell us that too. Let's get to some more of these texts. This texter says, "Good day, Superwash by Checkers, Fox Hill. It's closer." Was that the one you were
That's
talking
the one
about?
I was talking about,
okay,
correct.
So by Fox Hill. Okay, gotcha. Thank you very much, texter. This texter says, "MJ, 180,000 for 20 washes is crazy. Please Google the cost of one commercial triple loader and do the math yourself." I haven't done it, but it sounds expensive. I haven't done it. I'll try to do that.
I'm thinking
that sounding a little expensive. Outsourcing got to be more expensive though, right?
But I'm already thinking, you need washers? Diagula, do you have any washers that you could actually sell from? We need 10 washers to make up the prisons. You have 5 or 6 locations. Can we purchase 2 working, operable, in good condition washers from each of those locations? That makes up 10, and we get the 10 dries as well. Or can you order at a specialty rate? If you get a discount, can you order on behalf of the government so we can outfit the prison with
You mean work with people in the space who may be able to help you get a good deal?
Correct. If you can spend $250 million on consultants, then, reach out to somebody who knows what they're doing. Or if you don't want to do that, have somebody source the information. It's not that hard. You go online, industrial washers used in prison, look at all the models, find the models that you need, source them out at a price.
This texter says, "Naughty, MJ, why are there so many things going wrong in this country under this government administration? It's despicable how this government can spend millions of dollars on traveling and consultants, but cannot afford the necessities for the prison, such as washers." Sucking my tea. Yeah, how did it get to... You know how bad it has to be for the judges to say, okay, something wrong, these prisoners, the hygiene, there's something going on here.
Correct.
And I'm sure they didn't immediately jump up and say so. I'm sure they waited until it became just unbearable, and then they said something about it. But why did it have to get to that point? Is the prison not aware what's happening?
I think there's a lot of breakdown in communications amongst government departments. Or there's a lot of ostrich administration going on where you just stick your head in the sand and hope it blow over. Or wait till the last minute when all buck up finally goes and you got to say, okay, everything all mash up. We need to buy some new stuff.
This person says, "Good evening, all. Please tell me why Mr. Hubert Ingram, capped years of service at 12, knowing persons stay on the job for more than that. Which political party will reverse this travesty policy?" There has been, back in 2015, around 2015, 2017, there was some talk about maybe removing that cap or perhaps lifting it higher than 12 years.
Right.
And I know that, I think the last Employment Act we're operating off was 2001. Guys, help me along with that, because then that has given several...
I think it was 2001.
That has given several administrations an opportunity to revisit this. Now we know that the employers and businesses are going to immediately jump down their throats and say that they're not for that. We know that that's going to happen. But I do agree that that needs to be revisited, because it does read as a travesty if you spend 30 years, 40 years on a job and they tell you they're capping at 12.
But I don't want people to make apples and oranges comparable in this one. Yes. You should be paid. If you've been there for 29 years, you should get paid for 29 years. The cap at 12 years, that's something that Bahamians will debate. But that's a different topic. In this situation, you can't string workers along, having them under the guise that they're going to get all of that money what they need and give them a pittance, give them 4 weeks. That is ridiculous.
I agree that we need to revisit that policy. Likely it'll take some fight, and some political will. But as it stands now, I just need to know that my government is following the laws as they are on the books. Because $1,200 to 29 years, the math is not mathing on that at all. This texter says, this is a long. Good day, Naughty and MJ. It is being reported the Bahamas government lost the case against the Grand Bahama Island Port Authority about monies owed. The PM is very deceptive on this issue. Too much abuse of political power. Ring the bell now, please. Help. Enough is enough. Selah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's deceptive, but I do feel that response by the Prime Minister today, that half, a partial decision was made. I feel as though, and I mean, it's just an observation, had the government been successful in this, we would have heard we got X amount of money. You know what I mean? I understand they privatized the arbitration, made it very confidential. But like I said before, this is a very public dispute. You said that they took advantage of us, Bahamian taxpayers. And now you're saying, oh, well, we ain't going to talk about that. No. You have to tell us what the preliminary or temporary result of it is, or if it's a final result. But let's not play games about, it's a partial decision. String us along, because if the $357 million ain't coming, just say that.
Listen,
just say that.
I'll be honest with you. It's almost meaning Philip sounds like he's already
the Prime Minister, Mr. Davis. Go ahead.
The Prime Minister, Philip Davis.
Yes.
Made the comment. And it almost sounds like when you practice for a race and nobody sees you run the race, but you got to come home and tell people the results of the race. And you say, I didn't lose. I didn't lose. I didn't come first, but I didn't lose. Well, what you got? 4. How many people was in the race? 4. I mean, come on. That's what it sounded like. You see, I didn't lose.
Kind of lose.
I didn't lose.
Oh, boy.
Dan beat me. I mean, everybody did. I mean, I got 4th. Well, how many people was in the race? 4.
Oh, boy. This texter says he already got customs duty free. He couldn't be cheaper than that. Who's he?
I think he's meaning the Prime Minister, Philip.
Oh, boy.
Davis.
Okay. Thank you, texter. This texter says, good day, MJ and Naughty. Most people are just calculating shipping costs, not duty, maintenance, overhead, administrative costs, fuel, or electricity costs. This PPP venture will be very expensive even for the government. You're talking about the machines? You telling me $18,000 is just, whoa. Whoa.
But I'm thinking $18,000 might be for those industrial size washers that can hold volume, like huge volume.
Yeah.
That would be seen in the prison. I'm thinking they sourced the machinery and the price based on the machinery they sourced. If it could be more affordable than $18,000 a pop, then we need to find out why isn't it more affordable than $18,000 a pop? Because then that brings up the question: why is there an overage? Why is there extra money being spent? Where it going? So on and so forth.
But recall though, and this goes back to the budget and the brief summary got from Mr. Leon Lundy, who is state minister, in the office of the Prime Minister. We hear that we're going to get a more substantive report from the Prime Minister this week, but think about it. We keep hearing we are on track to make a $75 million surplus. We already know what that means. That means on paper it can happen, but the lived reality is much different from that. But imagine saying, okay, we're going to have this big surplus, using that, touting that, but the hospital has no working kitchen. But the prisoners go into court in such, dire straits, in such unhygienic conditions that magistrates and judges have to comment on it to try to get y'all to do something different. That does not look good. Imagine you bragging about having all this extra money and everything else around you is falling apart. That's like that meme with the little dog sitting in the room saying, it's fine, but it's fire all around. We can't live like that. This is a country, and we have to do better, have better standards, better execution, and it should never get to this point.
All right, we're going to go over into the 5 o'clock just a little bit because MJ and I still have to discuss PIA and the PDF. What's going on with that? We still got to discuss the $11 million loan to beaches and parks.
What?
Y'all giving Barnaby the budget buster more money to bus up on what? And then, of course, we got to talk about the housing and the hospital in the room. How not one, but 2 government ministers could be bragging about a housing project and a brand new hospital, and you got citizens talking about, y'all ain't pay us for our land yet. How you could build anything on our land and this our land?
Oh, boy. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We're going to break for the news. We'll be right back after.
One in the air for the people ain't here. 2 in the air for the brother that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't wanna be there. None for the trying to hold him back. 5 in the air for the teacher not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the holding back that the world is theirs. Yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape. A Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. Janae Aiko, Ludacris, Ashanti, Nelly, Glorilla, LMA, Maya, Joe, D Nice and Friends featuring SWV, Donnell Jones, Case, Sunshine Anderson, and Kenny Burns, Isley Brothers, El DeBarge, Stephanie Mills, and so many more. March 7th and 8th, Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets and info at jazzinthegardens.com. Jazzinthegardens.com.
The fried chicken experts are back with a brand new way to enjoy your favorite sandwich. Introducing the Wrap Star. Crunch into the Wrap Star, full of flavor and wrapped in a warm grilled tortilla for that perfect crunchy bite. A classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun?
We're back at you on the Monday, March 2nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ in your company right up until 6 p.m. And we're going to go over to the first break, talking hot topics, politics, and trending topics. And then, of course, we're going to get into sports as well, too. Lots to talk about there. Let me get some of the text out of the way. And boy, I tell you, boy, you're okay. Here we go. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Which idiot put that cap on employment?
I mean, it would have been the parliament because it's law.
We just need to get better, man. Across the board. Hi, Naughty and MJ. The former Prime Minister Ingram passed that law that don't care how much years you work, the severance pay will be 12 years only. Well, we need to get I think that needs to be adjusted. And also, why can't the prisoners wash their own clothes? Obviously, if they were given the buckets or the tubs, they probably could do it manually. Or like in any other prison around the world, facilitate them with the washing machines and have a laundry department that's responsible for prison uniforms, towels, sheets, whatever is being used.
Yeah, I mean, the wash it themselves. I'm sure all these things can happen, but it seems to be that we're once again being reactive instead of proactive. I mean, at what point did you get to a point where enough machines were broken down? I don't know if it's all of them. I don't know if it's the majority of them, but at a point where people can't regularly...
If you got 10 machines and you hit 5 ain't working, you're supposed to say, Houston, we got a problem, 5 down.
Wash their clothes. And then, mind you, they know they're taking them to court. Like, think about that. They're not even saying, okay, this one and this one's scheduled to go to court tomorrow. You all need to go wash it. They're just taking them there as is.
Yeah.
And that's not right. That's not right.
Hi, Naughty and MJ. This government has lost their credibility with the Bahamian people that when they open their mouth, the people suck their teeth and roll their eyes. Please ring the bell. Here's another one. Naughty and MJ, it is being reported that the Bahamas government lost the case against the Grand Bahama Island Port Authority about the money's owed. The PM is very deceptive on this issue.
I mean, the tricky part is, and this is what people talk about trust and transparency, right? If you know what the answer is, just tell the Bahamian people, like, why try to come with this? Oh, well, it's a partial decision and this and that, and it's confidential. It wasn't confidential. It was quite loud. You tell us they take our money that we've been footing the bill for them. And it was to the tune of more than $250 million. And now it's private? No. As I said, if the accusation public, let's get the results public as well.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Did we lose that?
Did we lose that caller? Me from an airplane? Talking Heads.
I think we lost that one.
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. This is the worst government ever. This government has no care and no love for the people. This government, and especially the PRP governments, they always say they care for the poor, but what poor? After all the neglect and failure, especially in Grand Bahama, they are giving the people nothing on their pay. The PM spent over $1 million on one trip, and they spent plenty of money with the celebration of the no sale in Grand Bahama. Naughty and MJ, the PRP can even get the washing machines working in prison.
Boy.
But they travel all over the world partying. This government has to go.
And the kitchen at the hospital. It's these little things that should be, like easy
Everybody
to fix
know the
quickly,
kitchen at the hospital don't work. Now the wash machines in the prison don't work.
So many years. And we don't even know what else don't work until someone speaks up and said, hey, we got a major problem here as well. I don't understand why these things aren't handled more proactively. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
I know how you doing.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. I want the public to know that from the government took over the Freeport hotel situation, right? You think they spend? How much did they spend staying the lag on the first agreement there with the former government? How much did they spend on the hotel already?
Well, we know how much they've spent since they took over the hotel in general. We're somewhere near $230 million taxpayers.
So what I'm saying, if they sell hotels, they sell $120 million. They probably spend but $100 million in the 4 years.
Like just MJ told you, in the 4.5 years is what, $230 million. So if you sell for 122, you start off 108 in the hole.
Buying it for $65 million, and it's been millions a month to maintain it since then. So.
And another thing, the government is the issue with the hotel because the contractors who are contracted to do some things to the hotel, like say the security officer, they are not getting paid. They haven't paid enough. I think 6 weeks, about 6 weeks, because I think the developers saying,
well, listen,
they ain't paying for it because they ain't get a hotel yet, and the government ain't paying for it. So now the persons who are working there, they're not being paid. 6 weeks, the security officers wasn't being paid so far yet.
All right.
That's a lot.
Appreciate the info, bro. Thanks for the heads up. Now, listen, let me make this statement about contractors. I want the contractors to be paid. But if you're a contractor that employs 30 Haitians to 3 Bahamians, you could wait to get paid.
In that $242 million in the envelope.
All contractors, if you employ Bahamians, I want y'all to get paid ASAP. If you got a 30 Haitian to 3 Bahamian ratio,
10 to 1,
and ain't no guarantee you paying work permits in them 30, you know could wait.
Just go and draw with them.
You know could wait till after the election. You can wait till the next two administration come in.
Ideally, we don't want Bahamians to be, but they gotta draw with $242 million worth of arrears that haven't been paid, and times are tough. You see the world that we're living in now, right? I'm already trying to like I keep taking a look at the Brent crude oil and the prices because I'm already anticipating based on the war that we know is now happening in the Middle East. What this summer is going to look like. I think now would be a great time, an excellent time for the Minister of Energy to tell us, what percentage of our fuel imports are currently hedged and at what price and for how many months are we protected from a Brent spike? Because, the world looking a little crazy right now.
The Minister of Energy and Transport need to explain to me why certain constituents in her constituency have damaged cars and damaged windshields and property damage from a tree cutting exercise by her generals. Taking care of a general's yard, a PRP general's yard.
What did you hear?
I heard, and I've seen the video, and I have the video. A couple called me out of Elizabeth Estates.
Uh-huh.
Said that some of the ministers' campaign generals
Right.
came by and said they need to do some tree cutting exercises.
Yeah, everybody doing a little
The
something.
homeowners asked if they're doing the whole yard. They said, no, just this portion that borders on the PLP General's yard. So they were just taking care of that piece. When they cut the debris, they cut the debris in a way that it fell
Oh boy.
in the opposite yard.
Yikes.
Property damage.
That's
windshield
unfortunate.
damage. When they went in and explained the situation, apparently the minister blew them off like they were lying. And her generals would never do such a thing, but yet the video is right there. And what galls
is,
the people even more,
So we don't know. This is what's being alleged that happened.
alleged,
We don't know.
and video has been sent to me,
Oh,
and
boy.
apparently the party that received the damages, they said that they feel that it's victimization because they have openly welcomed all people campaigning in the neighborhood, PLPF and MCOI, and they feel that they're being victimized because they're not a card-carrying PLP.
Well, I will say this. I would hope that all of the campaigns out there, and there are many of them, are very responsible for what your campaign workers go out there and do. I see a lot of work. I do see tree cutting happening in some places. I see people climbing up on the government the government poles, or the pike poles.
And if you coming through on
I don't know who
ATVs,
the poles, who the power poles belong to now. I don't know. Y'all climbing up on the Bahamas Great
Correct.
Poles, putting up these little posters and stuff like that, right there close to all of those.
but I know some campaign is supposed to be going on during that.
utility lines and stuff like that. I would just ask them to be extremely careful. Make sure that if you're a campaign and you're getting certain things done, you have qualified people doing these jobs, because you don't want
Right.
you don't want incidences like this to happen. And I could see something like that happening. I could see someone who you just say
And if
go
you're
do it.
campaigning-
They could inadvertently cause an accident. And if that happens, then you have to do the right thing. Be responsible and pay for any damage that you may inflict on, just regular
Correct.
citizens.
And I'll be honest with you, if you're going to campaign, rolling 200 deep with ATVs and stuff is not really a good look.
Oh, I didn't see that. It was ATV. Oh, ATVs now in the campaigning?
I saw the same minister in Elizabeth doing the same
Oh.
thing. ATVs and camouflage and and political signs being thrown up like gang signs and the word war being used. This ain't no war. This is an election.
No, boy.
People got a God-given right to vote for who they want. And that means if they don't want to vote for you, Miss Colby Davis, they won't. And if they do, they will. But you can't bully people into voting, and you can't make people feel a certain type of way.
I think
because if you come campaigning around me in camouflage, keep it moving.
Yeah,
keep it
that's
flipping moving.
It's a little bit weird, but I think seeing war actually what's happening in the Middle East
right now,
brings it
not
into-
a good look.
Yeah, I don't use words like that lightly at all. But speaking of camouflage, was there a particular camouflage on that PDF document
My
that
God.
the union sent?
My nephew.
I mean,
my nephews. Our nephews.
I don't know.
They 7 and 6. And they could send PDF to each other. And they could send documents to each other with stuff and educational stuff on it. You mean to tell me a whole ministry of I don't want to say
Well, the labor
but
minister,
it's not
labor and
it's the
public service.
Public service, the
Yeah,
Ministry of
both.
Public Service.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that you cannot yourselves transfer a PDF to a Word document?
It is kind of strange, right? When I mean
that caused months worth of delays.
This is kind of strange. So, in case you didn't hear, Labor Minister Pierre Glover-Roll said that the union submitted a document in PDF format, and when they were asked to convert it into a Word document, they refused, potentially contributing to months of delay. Now, not days of delay, not weeks of delay, months of delay. Can I just say that there's no way? Because I know that we have the technical expertise within these ministries to go ahead and convert. This is a very simple thing in 2026, a PDF file into a Word document. Now, if there's some substantive reason why they didn't want to do it and they wanted the union to do it, some procedural reason, please tell us that. Because let me tell you, it sounds crazy saying that your public servants were not able to negotiate, get the amenities, get, the things that they need because you couldn't convert, the ministry, big ministry, couldn't convert a PDF file into a Word document. I was embarrassed even hearing it. I was embarrassed hearing it.
Especially in 2026? In the year of our Lord?
Yes.
We should be able to send PDFs and Microsoft documents and Word documents. It's crazy. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe you should replace those staff members that can transfer from PDF to Word and hire workers who can. And this is a direct, I mean, as a director of this department, Ms. Glover Rule, dear God, do you really know what you just said?
You shouldn't say that in public. And
you
to be
didn't
honest,
put one foot in your mouth, you put two.
To be honest, I do not think that the government doesn't have the capacity to do it. I just think it's an excuse. I don't think it was the fact that it was in PDF form. I believe the words on the document is what they probably had problems with and wanted to delay for a couple more months till after. But I just think that it's real amateurish when you go out there and you say, well, they didn't send it in PDF, so that took months. Come on.
Y'all still working on dial-up in that ministry, or y'all actually got digital data like you're ready to go?
If you need time to negotiate, say that, but do not go on the record saying our good government ministry can convert a file from PDF to Word or that it would cause a delay. These are your workers, your people.
When y'all log on down there, they make a little funny noise when y'all log on, or y'all is just log
like
straight
that
on?
Dial-up sounding.
And this coming from Labor, who I hear allegations of investigations.
Well, there's always investigations.
For some,
There's always investigations. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Good morning, MJ.
Good.
And you too, Naughty.
Good day.
I believe them, okay?
What?
I believe that they are that far cemented in the past.
No way.
Forget the fact there is 156 sites. Just type PDF to Word, and 156 sites will come up that will do it for free. But see, those people that miss the beige computers and the green light coming on, see, I believe them. Especially DIT. You see who their Minister of Technology is? The PE guy from Beanstown. I heard him say some things in Parliament. Get me so scared. Respectfully, I said, boy, what he think about? If I ever saw it in my house, I'd flush twice. That's hard. We need leadership that understands the 21st century. 26 years into the 21st century. And remember, I just want you to remember now, what is it, Miss? National Insurance couldn't make, fillable forms. Remember when they said all those different things?
Right.
So these people have been carrying on. What has happened is, as long as they could stay in the dark, and every now and then somebody pokes a light, like send them a PDF file or send them a Word file that is actually 2024 or 2023, and they use in 2007, and I can provide you proof of that. They all use, some of them use it still 2007. So I can send you proof of these things, and there might be some computers in there with Windows 95.
Jesus.
Tell
no, man.
Todd, when he reach, he need a complete IT cream. Thank you so much.
Boy, thank you so much. I mean, like we make fun of it, but let's be real. Let's be real. There should never be a serious labor process that collapses over a save as button. Come on now.
Let me check some of these texts. Superwash does not want to wash those clothes.
Why? It's their business.
Naughty and MJ, why there's so many things going wrong in the country under this government and administration. It's despicable how this government spends millions of dollars traveling and on consultants and cannot afford the necessities for the prison, such as washers and dryers. Shaking my head, sucking my teeth. Naughty and MJ, many are skilled workers. They can use their abilities to teach and work to help mitigate prison resources and costs.
It's just true. Good idea.
Good evening, Naughty and MJ. Oh, please tell me why Hubert Ingram. Okay, you keep sending me that text over and over, bro, or broette. We got it.
Broette.
Good day, Naughty and MJ. It's being reported that the government lost that case in Grand Bahama.
We heard that. They weren't smiling. The Prime Minister's face did not read.
No.
And then when did not read, we got some of this, or we in a great position in this particular arbitration, situation. It did not read that at all. I don't know why he just didn't take the opportunity to say, well, at this moment, we're not where we want to be, or the decision isn't, just you could do a little bit better with the communication, Mr. Prime Minister, because why even leave it out there for us to keep on asking you what happened when you could have basically just tell us what happened today?
Naughty and MJ, they already get customs duty free. He couldn't be cheaper than that.
Mm.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Most people are just calculating shipping costs, not duty, maintenance, overhead.
Yeah, I think we got
Wow. Google arbitration awards must be final. Arbitration awards must be finalized to be legally binding, conclusive, and enforceable, acting as a final word.
As a final word. Mm-hmm.
On disputes. Once rendered, they are generally not subject to appeal, preventing relitigation of the same issues. Final awards.
Well, he said it was partial. I don't know what that means. The Office of the Prime Minister communications team, y'all could just drop one of those press releases and tell us exactly what happened with the government situation with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, because we're hearing it's done.
Here we go with this one. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Y'all say y'all wanted a budget surplus, especially MJ. So Brave just trying to get you all the surplus you asked for, MJ. If prisoners have to show up dirty to achieve it, then that's what he has to do.
Absolutely not.
Election coming and MJ wanted the PM to be straight up to the people with bad news.
Absolutely not.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Absolutely not, Texter. I want us to be just a little bit more honest about our finances. Much to ask. Like I said, we have $242 million that we're not even, bringing into account in terms of arrears that aren't a part of the deficit. We understand that we're $317 million behind, so we have to do some sort of a big turnaround. I think the final number was $432 million because of the VAT cut to hit that $75 million deficit. But in the meantime, there's a whole draw that's not even been counted in with this whole, calculation. $200-something million worth of bills. And guess who those bills belong to? Bahamians. Like, we need to be regular Bahamians on contract with the government that haven't been paid. Like, that's unconscionable.
Pay your people.
That's not right. I would never want a surplus knowing that you have Bahamians out there owed hundreds of millions of dollars, can't get paid. Like, we could say we managing it well, but are we really? We're not.
Let's get to the calls. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Naughty, Marvin James, Dr. Empire.
Thank
Dave.
you very much.
Dave.
You got
next time you call my show, Dave, PLP Dave, next time you call my show, you need to tell people in depth and detail how you used to massage and lotion down the German tourists, especially the big fat bald one in the thong. Yeah, Dave, talk them stories. Let people know how you really was and who you really are, Dave.
And it'd be good for you to make
let them know how you was part of the underpants gang, Dave. Come on, man.
Listen, Dave. Yeah, we don't need your commentary. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dave.
Thank you.
Listen,
but you could tell us if you know whether or not we got that $357 million, because the whole country wants to know. You want to know if we got that little thing from the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
And you could also tell us why Mr. Bell and Dr. Darville continue to try and build properties, i.e. housing and i.e. a new hospital.
Big allegations.
On land that not one person claims they own, but multiple people claim they own.
Allegations. I saw a video over the weekend with the COI out there and another person saying, this is their land, the government building on.
Why don't you call in and let us know how this beloved PLP administration of yours is, Dave Major, how multiple times they failing with the same conviction you call in talking foolishness.
Can we talk about the fact that this isn't there are multiple people now saying, and I did read the release from Minister Keith Bell, and he says that this is government land, has been since they acquired it in 1957. But I do know that they did negotiate part of this land with other families. So we just need clarity. At this point, y'all need to show us the paperwork. Because the man was out there on the weekend with the paperwork in his hand, saying y'all on his land, saying they had a cease and desist sign up that y'all knocked down. And can I tell you, if you look at the video, like I said, the COI was out there on the weekend, and someone sent me a link to look at some of it. If you look at that development that they say, the premier states, right, that they say is going to be a government subdivision, you look at the crew that was out there, like, are we being serious? Did that look like a properly planned, well-executed subdivision is going up there? Not a day like it. That looks so crazy.
But let me ask a question. How could Ms. and indirectly the Ministry of Works go out and remove signage?
Well, they say it's their land. They said this is government land.
Which is obviously...
We don't know.
Houston, we got a problem.
Well, we don't know.
You got a whole family there saying this is all our land. Now, furthermore, I don't know why Mr. Bell is rushing to build and do such a shoddy job and having builders that cannot speak English.
It looks a bit shoddy.
That are speaking fluent Creole, build a shabby, shoddy, under permit or under code foundation.
Well, that was one thing.
And
pointed
furthermore,
out.
you have not delivered any environmental impact studies for that area. You're trying to jam allegedly 166 houses on that piece of land. People have already told you that that legacy that you do there will be the new Pinewood. And let me speak on behalf of residents who live from Fort Charlotte, St. Albans, Papal Tract, Silver Key, Saunders Beach, the White Grove. That is idiocy, Mr. Bell. Absolute idiocy. And for the fact that you think and you are rushing to judge, it makes you indirectly an idiot.
Well,
because that does not work.
I will
and
say
you're going
this.
to risk a whole neighborhood to the detriment. And my God, you know the sufferation people in Pinewood go through. You want to inflict that on other Bahamians? And the last thing, the audacity to send foreign nationals who cannot even speak our language to do jobs Bahamians can do. I cry shame on you, Mr. Bell. Shame. You are the type of politician that needs to be voted out. You are not good for this country.
The thing about it, when I looked at the video, I mean, it literally does not look like this is a well-planned, going to be properly executed beginning of a subdivision. It does not. And I would implore any Bahamian that wants to have a look at it, you can look videos all online and stuff like that. And you tell me if that looks like something that's going to be professionally executed.
And I want to know
all the
too,
rocks and stuff there. It just doesn't look professional.
And when you look at the criteria.
What are we doing?
You have these foreign nationals with these workmen. They are skilled laborers to a point. If they're a handyman, they shouldn't have work permits because those are definitely jobs Bahamians can do. And I'll tell you something. From the work that I saw out there, Bahamians could definitely do a better job than that.
Yeah,
Again,
we have to
Mr.
do
Bell,
better.
you are bad for this country. You needs to go. Let's go to the phone lines real
to do
quick.
better.
Talking heads.
Phone lines.
Hey, how are you?
Good afternoon.
I don't know of any, and this is one of the biggest problems I find. When you actually work for government or on behalf of government. I'm not talking about as an employee.
Okay.
I'm talking about a merchant or whatever.
Right.
I have, from the time I've been in this world, I've never saw any.
Caller, you're
breaking up.
digitizing. Wait, caller, you're digitizing. We can't hear you.
All right, caller, you in a battle, you digitizing, so.
Can you call us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
go
now.
ahead.
Go ahead. Repeat what you said, please.
I said I worked in finance, and let me tell you something. What else you hearing about? Some of the bills going back as far as 10 years. And if you think I'm lying...
Say what? Say that again for us. Bills going back...
Some of these bills are going as far back years.
All right, caller, do us a favor.
Yeah.
Get to a better area.
And call us back, because
If
I
you're calling
really
us-
want to hear what you have to say.
We do want to hear what you
That sounds
got to
very
say.
interesting, and I have a question for you as well, caller. So, all right, call us back. We have to take a quick break right here. Of course, we want you guys to continue to call in, and we're going to get to some sports in this hour as well. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with Naughty MJ. We'll be back.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
The fried chicken experts are back with a brand new way to enjoy your favorite sandwich. Introducing the Wrap Star. Crunch into the Wrap Star, full of flavor and wrapped in a warm grilled tortilla for that perfect crunchy bite. A classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger licking good.
For over half a century, Hong Shi has been reserved only for heads of state and world leaders. It wasn't just a car, it was a privilege. Easy Car Sales is proud to bring that distinguished heritage to the Bahamas. A new era in luxury electric, rooted in absolute prestige. It's for the few who demand freedom from the gas pump and first-class craftsmanship. Visit Easy Car Sales to see if you're ready for a taste of royalty.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more, there's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Monday, March 2nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. Let's go back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yeah, guys, how you doing? Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, man, much better now.
All right. Yeah, I was saying to you guys that you'll be surprised to know how old some of those bills are.
Wow.
I worked in the entity before.
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised to know some merchants have, through multiple administrations, are just, actually, I'll be honest with you, majority of the time, they're just paying, you might as well say they're just paying on the interest of what they owe these people.
Oh.
And that's varying different administrations.
Boy. Yeah.
They're not, some of these people will never fully ever get paid.
Oh, man.
And I wouldn't even talk about the fuel companies. I wouldn't talk about this, the stationary companies, the IT companies, anything that, in relation to that, it's an ongoing bill. It doesn't matter who's there, what time, how long, whatever. Some of these companies are being owed money for almost up to 20 years.
Is this why? Because we had a call a couple of months back who if in some instances government can't even get services unless they pony up that cash up front. Is that why we have some situations like that where they have to pay because people are not extending credit anymore?
Basically. And sometimes it's to the point where, okay, they say, you give me 10% of what you owe me.
Yeah.
Give me 20% of what you owe me.
Give me something.
So I say that to say that, basically it's an ongoing situation. And that's why when I hear people say, oh, pay the bill. Everybody who's been in the industry and understand the government process as it relates to bills and payment knows exactly how that process runs, man. Everybody. I don't care who it is talking about it.
I hear you, but here's the thing. Just me. I would prefer the government not brag about a surplus on paper, but say, you know what, we balanced the budget, and that big stack of bills over there, the $242 million in the envelopes in the drawer, well, guess what? We cut that in half, or we took a quarter off that. You know what I mean? I just want some sort of responsibility, some movement towards that as well. 'Cause 5 years from now, and there's a $500 million sitting in the drawer, and we're talking about these small, because it sounds like that's quite possible.
Brother, let me tell you something. All I will tell you is, always remember, whatever's quoted Add more onto it. That's all I'm going to say. It matters no administration is talking about it.
Right.
Add more on it. That's fundamental.
Thank you
Good
so
stuff,
much, caller.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right, let's get the other call in. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Okay. Let's go to the text lines because we have quite a few texters, and I know y'all going to try to get with the lines.
We got the call lined up now. All right, let's get to the call. Talking Heads.
Hey, MJ and Naughty.
Hey.
You know, what is really shameful is when you hear the average man that does any work for the Bahamas government has to be owed money. They have the purse, they have the strings, purse strings or the strings of the purse. And yet, the average man who depends on this money, on payment for services rendered, they want the services now, but you got to wait 3 months, if that, to be paid. It's ridiculous. The monies being available at the Treasury should be paid out right away, because guess what? When those persons get that money in their hands, what do you think they're going to do with the money? They're going to spend the money in the economy.
Correct.
So how do we keep the economy going? You got to pay the small man so he keeps the economy going. And this has been something traditional with the government. They love the services, but they don't like to pay the small man. Pay the small man on time so the small man can pay their bills.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jeff. We appreciate your call today. All right, let's get to the text because we got a lot of texters on the line.
And then we're getting into sports, so you could...
Yes, okay. Let's go to text lines.
All right, let's go to the text lines. And we're off and running. Hi, Naughty and MJ. It's a complete misinformation about the clothing situation at the prison. The government is only responsible for issuing clothing to sentenced prisoners. Within trial, prisoners are responsible for their own clothing to go to court. Well, that's fine. But shouldn't they have facilities to wash their own clothing in order to go to court?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh, boy.
Come on.
If you're going to come with some defense of that, come with some good defense, man. That right there, that's weak sauce.
We all agree that the prison needs washing facilities, right? So if they don't have it, then who you think's supposed to provide it?
So the prisoners could watch whatever clothes they got, their own personal clothes, or they issued by government.
Yeah, we're not talking about, fancy suits or anything. We're talking about having facilities available for them to be hygienic with their clothing.
Naughty, we had rain in Freeport Saturday. They didn't score the Junkanoo due to the rain.
So it didn't. So it didn't happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Naughty, and MJ, the Port Authority has won their case against the government. Now the government has to pay their legal fees. Whatever the PM says, they owe the port.
Ain't no way. Nah, because that goes from a partial decision to really we pick this fight and we paying it now. Hold on now. That's a whole different kettle of fish. Please, someone tell me, say it ain't so. Please.
Naughty and MJ, the PM talking garbage. He is fumbling for words. When will he man it up to his words? Ain't no partial deal, finish like the hotel finish. Is that Pearly?
Hello, Pearly.
Well, y'all gotta let me know Pearly was in. I mean, I didn't know if Pearly was here or not, but thank you. What's going on, Pearly?
In this corner, I have a conspiracy theorist right now.
Okay. Go ahead.
I believe MJ meaning to talk long ball of this because she don't want to talk about that beating the Spurs.
We was about to slide into sports right now.
No, don't even. It was the text. We're clearing the text.
So let me just clear these texts, Pearly, and we can talk sports.
Pearly
okay?
waiting on me, boy. Oh boy.
Naughty and MJ, Naughty 6 and 7 Haitians riding smooth in the cabinet minister's cars paid for by our tax dollars to some of the finest places we getting messed over. Michael Darvin had 5 Haitians mixing water by Lakeviews to put up his geriatric billboard. Man, I weak. I mean, on Sunday in the hot sun, God ain't pleased with these demons.
Ooh, that's, wow.
Good day, Naughty and MJ. You two get vexed when the government doesn't tell you things, and now they tell you why they can't do something because they cannot convert a PDF to a Word document, and you still have a problem. There is no pleasing you two, Naughty and MJ.
I am so
laugh
sorry.
Laugh out loud.
So sorry. Thank you for telling me that a PDF held up negotiations for months. I guess that's one little step. Thank you very much, Texter.
Government spent on a trip to Africa, $500,000. How much they spent on that plane? $2.5 million. How much they spent on the PM elevator for 3 floors? $1.5 million. So just so they know, to convert a PDF to Word, you just need a $30 subscription to a service like Adobe or Acrobat. Wow, every story about Marvin Dames, that's odd. Yeah, listen, that is a non-factor right now. That there is no there. That is definitely, there are more important things to talk about right now.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you're going to bring up Mr. Dames, then we have to bring up everybody.
Well, one person said about the trips, right? I mean, the one trip we remember to Azerbaijan was over $1 million. How you taking $1 million trips with your entourage, but you can't, get washing machines down in the prison? I mean, that's when it starts to look it starts to look really bad.
Naughty and MJ, do you think that the government is dangling the possibility of paying debts owed to small business people signal they will vote PLP? Just asking. It doesn't look good. Naughty, what do you mean workers speaking Creole on Mr. Bell's project? That's the set he gave the passports and paperwork to in the
allegation. Okay, thank you very much, Texas. We don't know that for sure, but
Naughty, if you
many
can issue a
questions are out
citizenship in
there.
a church, what more do you expect from Mr. Bell?
Yeah.
I work for government. It takes us 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on the size of the file, to convert PDF to Word.
Listen, I am not. That's why the explanation was so insulting, because I know we have very, very capable workers in the civil service and the public service. So even to come up with such a dumb excuse is kind of insulting to their capabilities. It really shouldn't have been said. It shouldn't have been said.
Is it the art of the deal for leaders to lie to us? They lost the arbitration with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and just own it.
Yeah, you gotta own it.
All right, last one. The government passed the factoring law to allow people to borrow against what the government owes them. And yes, the government must pay arbitration and legal fees. All right,
this is painful.
Let's talk sports, because it is painful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this administration
Speaking
is
of
painful.
sports,
Epic
go
failure
ahead.
after epic failure. Pearly.
Go ahead.
I sat there, and I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I do not like to see my wife frustrated. And I will tell you, there's one thing that frustrates her more than anything. The fact that the San Antonio Spurs, the inability of those Spurs to beat the New York Knicks.
Like, what's the problem?
The Knicks own them in every way, shape, and form.
Somebody say the Knicks, but probably is the one of the top 2 or 3 favorites to make it to the NBA Finals, and they would love to play the Spurs because they own the Spurs.
I know, and I can't even argue against that because it's looking true.
Yeah, but I think in the Eastern Conference, I think that the Knicks go by the wayside before. I think they get eliminated.
Someone need to beat them for
guy.
us. Someone need to beat them for us, so we don't have to deal with them.
By no wayside. The Knicks have always, for the last few years, when playoff time come around, have really stepped it up.
Until last year when they choked out. Remember now, Pearly?
Yeah, I think they got the pieces. I think they got some pieces in place now to help them get over that hump.
No, I agree with you in the East that it is doable in the East because the East is so weak. But you still have to look at teams like Detroit and Boston that are going to be a thorn in their side. And listen, that Cleveland Cavalier team is not going to go silently into that good night. They're making up grounds.
I don't think the Knicks going silently to the good night. I think the Knicks have been there, to understand what has to happen. And I think if it comes down to that, I'm pretty confident the Knicks could win that.
And Detroit and Boston beating them right now, but I agree with you. They could if they step up and play, they could win that. But at the end of the day, I don't think the Knicks beat Oklahoma City, and I don't think they beat Houston. I think they beat San Antonio because they got their number. But if San Antonio, again now,
psychological.
Night in and night out is one thing. A 7-game series is a totally different animal.
It may be different.
I remember when the Sacramento Kings owned the Lakers in one regular season, and the Lakers eliminated them in the either the conference finals or the semifinals.
Exactly.
That was the year they food poisoned Kobe Bryant with the bad cheeseburger, and he still dumped 40 on him in Chicago.
Exactly. But just want to tell people, if you're heading west on West Bay Street, there's a really bad accident in front of the Palazzo where Hoffa is.
Oh, boy.
So if you ain't got to go that way, don't go that way because the traffic back way down the road.
Good heads up.
How bad was the accident, Pearly?
I saw an ambulance there.
Oh, boy.
I saw, looked like somebody jumped the medium and somebody's heading east and jump over the medium and run or hit something and hit another Jeep, which I thought it was my daughter's Jeep. So she see me in the state of panic calling my daughter.
Right.
She answered the phone right away. I had to call back and then she finally answered the phone.
Oh.
I know she told me she's holding somebody big. I said, "Are you getting ready to give me another grandchild?" She told me, "Bye, Daddy."
Well, we're hoping all those involved in that accident are okay or getting the medical treatment that they need.
I hope so too.
Yeah, let's avoid that area if we can. Traffic is really backed up.
All right, so Pearly, couple of things while I have you here. Let's look at the NBA. Not too much news in the NBA, going on right now.
Luka looked good last night. Oh my goodness.
Luka looked good, but Pearly, again, don't get caught up into it. You and I just need to ride the season out and wait for next season.
I know that.
But he did look good last night. Trae Young to make his Wizards debut on Thursday night versus the Jazz.
Wow.
Giannis is expected to return versus the Celtics when the Bucks play the Celtics. And the Nuggets made a very sneaky move today. Free agent guard Tyus Jones has agreed to sign with the Denver Nuggets. His agent Karen Bradford of Lift Sports Management told ESPN on Monday. Jones, 29, serves as a veteran point guard to fill a need for the Nuggets' backcourt down the stretch of the season and is eligible for the playoffs. He started the season in his 11th NBA season with the Orlando Magic. After signing a one-year deal last summer, Jones was traded to the Charlotte Hornets, then moved to the Dallas Mavericks, and at the trade deadline before being waived on Saturday to declare roster space for the team to sign two-way guard Ryan Nembhard. So,
okay,
that's a good pickup there. That is sneaky good for Denver because that's another veteran who could come in and give them some minutes. And I think Denver is a team that is poised to make a run and a challenge in that Western Conference. They may not win it all, but I think they're gearing up to make that run.
Did they get Russell if that didn't happen?
I'm trying to find out.
The Kings. He played last night for the Kings.
Oh, for the Kings, he's still there. Okay.
If there is a buyout coming, it's going to come now very soon. If not, he won't be playoff eligible.
Oh, boy.
Curry's still sidelined at least 5 more games with that knee injury. James Harden.
Also, Hachimura played last night. He had I think 1 3, and he didn't look too bad last night.
That's good to hear. James Harden dealing with a broken thumb, returns in the win, so he's going to play through it. And the Grizzlies, Edey, to have another surgery on his ankle. So he's out. And now I wonder if that career is maybe in jeopardy because that ankle keeps giving him issues.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, so let's slide over from the NBA to the NFL. And Pearly, I hear your Dolphins are seriously trying to jettison Tua.
Yeah, I'm hearing more on that every day. Listen to the podcast. They're just trying to make it's a given. He's not going to be a Dolphin come the beginning of the season. We know that much. It's just they're trying to figure out how to jettison him, how to get rid of him. Then they may end up just cutting him.
Wow.
All right, I got some.
Nobody wants him, so we'll see what happens there.
We'll slide over to.
They're also talking about giving Achane an extension. So that talk about any rumors of him being traded or anything like that pretty much going out the window. If that happens in another few weeks, giving him an extension.
Here's some more NFL news. The Texans trade for Lions running back David Montgomery. The Texans acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade with the Detroit Lions for offensive lineman Juice Scruggs and 2 draft picks, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Monday. The Lions will receive a 2026 4th-round draft pick and a 2027 7th-round pick, the sources said. Montgomery had 2,506 yards rushing and 33 touchdowns in 3 seasons with the Lions. He signed with the Lions in 2023 after 4 seasons with the Chicago Bears, who selected him in the 3rd round of the 2019 draft.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting move right there. Commanders to release cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. The Commanders are informed cornerback Marshawn Lattimore not that he will be released before the league year begins next week. This according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. And now he can sign as a free agent with anyone he wants to. Texans trade.
Did they say how much money they're going to save?
The new league year begins. Washington is expected to be aggressive on the free agent front. I'm trying to see no figures here. He tore his ACL, couldn't really recover from the ACL. So basically, I think it's more of a performance thing than a money thing. And he's being released, so he can sign as a free agent anywhere. Texans trade right tackle Howard to the Browns. Sources say the Houston Texans have agreed to trade starting right tackle Titus Howard to the Cleveland Browns for a 5th-round draft pick, a source told ESPN's Adam Schefter. So a lot of moves coming up. Cowboys, Ezra Rocco has hip surgery. He's already had it. He's on the road to recovery. That was something that he played through all season long, so it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Bengals keep offensive lineman Reisner in the fold with a 1-year deal. And Commanders are to the District of Columbia to settle $1 million to the District of Columbia to settle a lawsuit from 2022 that alleged the NFL team under previous ownership colluded to deceive fans by lying about an injury by lying about an inquiry into sexual misconduct and personality hostile work environment under Daniel Snyder, under Dan Snyder. Yeah. So that's come out now too. They have to settle $1 million to Washington District of Columbia. And then the Vikings. News out of Minnesota, the Vikings have begun whittling down their salary cap deficit by informing veteran running back Aaron Jones Sr. and defensive tackle Javon Hargrave that they will be released later this month, barring a trade. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the moves will save the team $18.65 million in cap space. Entering the weekend, the Vikings were roughly $43 million over the NFL's $301.2 million cap space, the result of 2 consecutive years of heavy free agent spending. The other candidates for contract termination include defensive tackle Jonathan and center Ryan Kelly. That Jonathan Allen is a good pickup if he gets cut.
Yeah,
it's
and
also
you'll be able to get him for
cheap.
Yeah,
it's also possible that the Vikings could lower the cap number of other players, including receiver Justin Jefferson, right tackle Brian O'Neill, and tight end T.J. Hawkinson, via the contract extension or restructures.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that. They're worse than the Dolphins.
Yeah, they are. All right, let's get the picks in, Pearly, so we can get up out of here. Obviously, the picks coming to you tonight from the NBA. And you got a bevy of games on tap tonight in the NBA. You got 4 big ones, 4 good ones. You got the early game at 7 p.m., the Rockets versus the Wizards. Rockets 14.5-point favorites. Listen, the Wizards are at home. The Wizards are horrible, but they play well against the spread. I like the Rockets to win this game, but I don't think they cover the 14.5, so I'll take the Rockets and the money line.
I'm going to take the Wizards plus the 14.
That's not a bad move either. Celtics taking on the Bucks, and Giannis is back tonight. Boston, 2.5-point favorites on the road. They've been playing better ball. Giannis is coming back. What does that say? Did the Bucks pull the upset because they've been playing well, but they've been playing well without Giannis? Or do the Celtics go on the road and get the win?
And Brown is out.
I'm going to go with the 2.5 and the Bucks at home with the return of Giannis.
Yeah, Brown is out tonight for the Celtics. So, yeah.
The Nuggets taking on the Jazz. The Nuggets are 12.5-point favorites. If anything, take the Jazz plus the 12.5 points. The Jazz play well against the spread. I like the Nuggets to win. Take them in the money line, or you can take the Jazz plus the 12.5 points. That's a solid bet right there as well, too.
Take them plus the 12.5. Then they're gonna, yeah.
Clippers and the Warriors. Clippers 1.5-point favorites over the Warriors playing in Golden State.
I'm gonna take Golden State in the money line.
I like Golden State plus the 1.5 in that one too. I think they beat the Clippers at home in this one.
Yeah.
All right, Pearly, good stuff, man. That's a wrap. And, of course...
Before we go, two days before World Baseball Classic. 2 days.
Yeah, that should be pretty good.
Breathe. Calm down.
Watching Jazz play.
This is good stuff. This is where you really see some good baseball,
That Japanese team is loaded. That Dominican Republic team is loaded. The USA is loaded.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see the Cuban team. I didn't hear any word about the Pajes or any of those American players. If Cuba... swallow their pride and take them on.
You really want Marco Rubio to run hard on them, eh? They ain't going nowhere.
Oh, boy.
Good stuff, Pearly, man. For MJ, for Pearly, for super producer, man, this your boy Naughty telling you all, have a great Monday. Good stuff for everybody who called in, texted in, and chimed in. We'll do it again tomorrow, right here on Talking Heads. Keep it right where you got it. Don't touch it.
That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. I'm ready, the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream. So
Nassau. Get ready for the new and bold Barbecue Crispy King at Burger King. 2 100% flame grilled patties stacked with that irresistible onion crunch you love. Smoky barbecue sauce, crisp bacon, and melted cheddar, all on a buttery brioche bun. Crunchies, flame grill flavor. Swing by any of Burger King's 6 Nassau locations and taste the new Barbecue Crispy King today. Burger King Nassau, where taste is on fire.
Tech giving you trouble? For 85 years, the Armory Company has been fixing it. Your parents trusted us. Your grandparents trusted us. And today, you trust us too. Since 1941, we've been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From laptops and ink to access control and gate motors, we deliver reliable products backed by service that goes beyond the sale. Call 397-1600 or visit our updated showroom behind Wendy's on Mackey Street. The Armory Company, celebrating 85 years of serving you.
Are you or someone you love in need of at-home care support? Maybe you require medication administration, mobility assistance, or post-surgical recovery support. Do you have a loved one who is suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia and need patient-centered support? Well, there's a caring, affordable, and trusted solution available for you. It's called Assurance Home Care. We have certified Bahamian nurses and caregivers, and we can provide both hourly or monthly rates. Call us now for a free consultation at 242-810-8995. At Assurance Home Care, we provide quality